Hey, this is Bloom Song, and you're watching Gaming with Bloom Song here on YouTube, and we're also Tater Nugget Farmer on Twitch. I haven't been on very regularly, but the last time I was, I ended up saying farewell to Blanche the crane. I think that's what she is. She was just too snooty for me, and I've got enough girls on my island, so here I am, about to clear out my inventory and just try to get my pockets ready for a little excursion with Nook Miles. We're gonna see if we can find not so much a Preemie, but just somebody that I would much rather have on my island at this point. And as the name suggests on the title, I am reunited with Leopold. This is one of the neighbors, villagers that I originally had back on the GameCube. Yes, I've been playing Animal Crossing since the GameCube, and so I am really ecstatic that I've got Leopold. It didn't even take me that long. Well, here I am just going through the inventory. Like my cup? Cat. And my favorite part is on the inside. It says you've got a friend in me. And yes, it's coffee I'm drinking. Alright, let's get set. We're gonna go see what we find. And I'm gonna just be honest, I'm recording this video of me after the fact because I was having issues with the actual live stream. Not only was the frame rate dropping ridiculously throughout the entire time, but I also was having issues with recording my voice. And like getting the camera on. So yeah, I'm a first-time streamer. Never done this before. Don't really have the time to figure it out. At least not as much as other people, maybe. Because I have a toddler, so right now he's eating his breakfast and watching some YouTube Kids, but anyway. I just seen who's on this island, and I'm not really interested. And you know, the ironic thing is, I've seen this guy on an island the last time I went searching for someone to replace the last villager I got rid of. And he also appeared at my campsite not long after. But I don't know, I'm just not interested in him right now. Well, let's just go fish. Maybe we can catch something. Maybe. We can catch something today. Usually when I go island hopping, I also would collect fruit and other things, but my native fruit is the apple, I believe. It's been a really long time, sorry. I'm pretty sure my native is the apple. I designed my island in such a way that in the very center of my island is another island, and it was already that way when I made the island. Like, the pre-made layout had an island within the island. So anyways, I put my native fruit on that island, and I had added some other fruits to it, but the main section of it is all apples, and I believe I did that specifically to just keep all the natives over there. That way it wouldn't be difficult to collect fruit that give more bells. So, you know, I thought it was interesting that I finally got to an island that has the little swirly design with the water and land, but other than that, there's nothing really special about it. It's just a little maze. I'm not really big into the fishing or trying to fill up the museum right now. Usually when I hop onto Animal Crossing, it's just to walk around and say hi to the neighbors, and every now and then I'll see Celeste. She's my favorite. Okie dokie, well, let's just head back home because I need to clear my pockets out and do something else. I'm picking back up where I left off. I'm emptying my pockets here. My toddler did come in the room, so I had to stop my recording for a minute. Not to mention we had some traffic making a bunch of noise, so yeah, let's empty my pockets out. Okay, almost empty on my coffee. It's actually my second cup too, so hopefully I am ready to go afterwards. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, the other reason I had to actually stop my recording was because I was getting an incoming call, and that stopped my recording because I'm doing it on my phone, and it was just the children's hospital calling to let me know about my appointment next month. So my son, he's had a number of complications since he was born. He was actually a micropreemie, born at 26 weeks, and that was nobody's fault, although I feel like it was mine. I mean, just the mere fact that I didn't fight hard enough to be put on bed rest or something, or get a note from the hospital when I was having issues in my second trimester. It actually happened like closer to the end of the first trimester originally. I was having some strange stuff happen basically, and went to the hospital, and they just acted like it was just no big deal. Go back to work, just don't walk too much. Well, 2 weeks later, my water broke, and I was only at 18 weeks, I think. No, maybe it's 23 weeks. 18 weeks is when the first time happened, and then 23 weeks was about when the second time they told us that for sure my water broke, and at that point, they normally would terminate the pregnancy. I was devastated. I couldn't even think straight. So I'm glad my husband was there to ask questions, you know. Turns out that I was able to get transferred to UAB, which was like the only place with a level 3 NICU. And I was on bed rest there, hoping and praying that my son would hold out and, you know, have more time to develop. He was supposed to be born in October. He was born in July. So he had a lot of stuff going on. Not as much as some other babies, of course, but he was sent home on oxygen, and later we discovered, after being told basically that he had to only drink formula, which I was very upset over because I had worked my butt off to have a stash of milk for him. Anyways, they said he had dysphagia, so he couldn't swallow thin liquids. Here's the master himself. Hi, baby.
No. George,
Yeah.
you're two.
Mm-hmm.
You're the song at the tower truck.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Well, let's go. I love that wolf game. He's such a friendly wolf. Anyway, let's go check out what we got here. Buddy. Oh. He's such a big boy.
It's titled down.
Yeah.
Titled parts.
Yeah.
It's a title.
Yeah.
Boofa.
Doopity doop. So, as I was saying, he had issues after he came home from the NICU. They said he had dysphagia, he had to go on different formula because the nutritionist and speech language pathologist insisted on it, and it turned out he was allergic to all of those formulas, but nobody would believe us. And it wasn't till a year and a half later that we pinpointed what it was. It was sunflower oil. He was allergic to sunflower, and I suspect he still is, but you know, what are you gonna do? We were able to find him formula that didn't have that in it, but he absolutely hated it. I mean, he weaned himself off of all of his formula, and he won't drink milk now because I think he thinks it's formula. It doesn't matter if you put chocolate or strawberry Nesquik in it, he absolutely will not drink that. So he just drinks cranberry juice. We've tried taking him to the feeding therapies, and he just won't work with anyone. So we just try to work with it, you know? Anyhow, that call I got was from the allergist having recommended that he see a GI specialist now. We actually just seen the allergist this week, and yeah, we seen the allergist since last year, and it took that long to get someone to refer us to the allergist. He's 3 years old now, and he didn't start seeing the allergist until he was 2. And it was only then it was confirmed he's allergic, severely allergic, to eggs, egg whites, peanuts, and possibly all tree nuts, and sunflower. So, it's been crazy, just absolutely crazy. And anyway, she was surprised that he'd never seen a GI specialist, and I was surprised that she even thought he needed to see one. Not one person at the children's hospital over the last 2.5 years ever even recommended it. Back then everybody was just so adamant that he just had a bottle aversion. And that wasn't it at all. Anyhow, the call I just got was basically just confirming my appointment next month for a consultation with the GI specialists. Because you have to talk to them first before they can say whether or not they think he really needs to have this procedure done to check for a thing called EOE, where they have to go into the esophagus and get a biopsy, a sample of the tissue, to see if he has EOE, which is what the allergist wants to rule out. It's something that would cause his esophagus to be inflamed, which in turn makes him not want to eat a variety of foods, which in turn makes him not gain weight because he's not eating as much. My husband is totally against it, but I have my doubts because he doesn't really want to eat a whole lot. He's always had issues with sleeping throughout the night. It's not every night, but there are nights where he's literally just kicking and flailing. We assumed he was just having nightmares. Who wouldn't if he were in the NICU and put in the hospital multiple times, you know, having people hold you down and shove tubes down your throat and nose. I'd have nightmares too, but I just want to make sure he doesn't have that EOE, because he can't tell us if he's got a sore throat. He doesn't know what a sore throat is. Well, sorry if I've babbled too much. But here we go. I'm gonna go back and continue my search. I believe it's this round where I find my precious Leopold. I would have gave that last character, Tian Shing, I believe it was, the monkey. I would have gave him a chance, but I gotta be honest, I've never really been a big monkey fan. In fact, I really don't like Curious George. And it wasn't until my son was born and I started watching Curious George that I actually started realizing, man, I missed out. Curious George is great. There's Leopold peeking around. Oh, my sweet little Leopold. I really like the lions, especially Bud and Leopold. Anyways, let's snatch Leopold because he's a keeper. Oh yeah, I don't know why the game didn't record audio. The first time I set up my Switch, I had my headphones plugged in and it was just blaring loud. I could not figure out how to turn the volume down, so I unplugged it. And now there's no volume or no sound at all coming from the HDMI. I'm wondering if I have to connect the headphone cord to the input on my computer, or if I'm just gonna have to deal with blaring sound on the headphones, and I'll wear my headphones and then adjust the audio later by editing everything. Well, let's collect some oranges. Sell them when we get back home. Why, hello there, son.
It's a temple.
Yeah?
You took it down on his bed. It's a outfit.
Yeah.
He's a little bizarre.
Mm.
Ugh. Cute little bizarre.
Silly kid. That kid just wants to go to the park all the time. Sometimes he'll wake up and his first words are something about car, town, park. Hey, baby.
It's too little.
Yeah.
Achoo.
Achoo.
It's a test. Lion.
Yeah, lion. Good job. Yeah. Lion. Right now, it's so hot and humid here. There's no way anybody would want to go out and run around and play at the park. It's like 90 degrees, but feels like 105 out there. Plus, we have a chance of thunderstorms, so can't go out because of that too. Anywho, do you like my Squishmallow? I have a growing collection. This one I got on clearance from a Walgreens website. They were just getting rid of a bunch of them, and I bought 5.
Ball.
Oh, it's a ball.
It's a circus.
Mm-hmm.
Boop.
Boop.
It's a turtle way.
Yeah.
Turtle catch. It's
Yeah.
It's the turtle in the room.
Oh.
The turtle in the room.
Yeah.
It's the turtle in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Funny story. How he got his name. We literally didn't have a name picked out when I was being sent to UAB. And on our way there, we had 2 hours to figure out a name because we're gonna need to give them a name. And so we already had like a running list of different names that we were thinking about. And you have to understand both sides of the family, completely different backgrounds. My husband's are country folks from Alabama. I wanted to pick something easy to spell and pronounce, something both sides of the family could do, and came up with Ian. And I'm not joking you, the entire time of being at the hospital, we had a number of people before he was born and after he was born all think his name is pronounced Ian, and I just couldn't get over it. It was like, have you ever even heard of anybody named Ian in your entire life? Because I haven't. Anyways, bye.